Hello, 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 Stampers. It is Thursday night. What does that mean? It is time for another Case the Caddy with me. Guys, I'm gonna wait just for a few minutes. Let me go ahead and share this video so that I can invite some folks to come join us, and so we can stamp and chat a little bit. I am Caron Bailey, in case you don't know, and you are on my channel, Sweet Stamping Creations or Sweet Signature Creations. And I am here today to case the annual, the mini, actually it's a July to December mini catalog with Stampin' Up. You guys, again, please subscribe to my channel. I am working feverishly to grow my channel, and my goal is to hit 100 subscribers by the 15th of November. So we have 12 more days to get more and more people to subscribe to my channel. And so in order to do that, guys, I need for you guys to share and like my videos, share with all of your friends, as many as possible. And what am I doing tonight, you guys? In order to help me grow my channel, I am doing giveaways at the end of whether I grow it or not, but that's not the point, right? Tonight, once you join, please share my video and then come back and comment that you shared, and you'll be entered in the drawing to receive and win the cards that we create tonight. Okay, and then don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I go live every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, where I case the caddy with case the Stampin' Up catalog. Okay, tonight's project, as I said, we are going to feature the Countless Trees stamp set. It is not a bundle. It is simply, let's go to the page so I can tell you a little bit about it. Oh, before I do that, you guys, just a little, I'm changing up a little bit. I'm going to do my admin notes throughout the video. That way there's stuff to talk about, but I always want to share with you how to reach out to me. This is where you can shop in my online store, and that's Sweet Signatures. Don't forget the double S's in there, because people tend to forget that double S in there. So that's Sweet Signatures at StampinUp.net. And how you can contact me is sweetsignatures@gmail.com. But if you go to my website, there's a little link on there that says contact me. And the COSTAS code for tonight, or for the month of November, is NP29SEUR. And that's N as in Nancy, P as in Paul, 2-9er, S as in Sam, E as in Edward, U as in uniform, R as in Roberts. So if you do happen to shop with me, tonight, all of the products that I'm using tonight is linked in the description box. So if you are going to participate and share and shop with any of those items, please use the hostess code. If you do decide to purchase all of the items, I believe they'll all come up to more than $150. Please don't use this hostess code. Contact me or place the order separately. And any order $150 or more, you will reap the hostess benefits. Okay, hostess rewards. So let's get back to our projects for tonight. So tonight we are going to use the Countless Trees stamp set. All right, and Countless Trees, it is item number 159897, and it's on page 47 of the catalog. And it is a $21 set. Okay, now let me tell you a little bit about this. It says there's 7 photopolymer stamp sets in here. Okay, but really, honestly and truly, this is a reversible stamp set, and I love the reversibles. Okay, but the reversibles pretty much double the bang for your buck. Okay, because they are reversible, almost every last one of these items, if you flip them over, you're able to do two-step stamping, layered stamping. So you're able to stamp the outline and then stamp the detail on most of them. The only ones that don't have, actually, no, there you go. There they go. All of them have an outline. And coordinating details. But this is not the only, and I'll get back to this one. There are 4 total in the mini as well as the annual catalog. There's a total of 4 reversible stamps. So you can build scenes with them. So this one is Majestic Mountains. You can see that. And it says there's 7 stamp sets in here, but you guys, there's actually 14 because each of them has the reverse side that you can do some double stamping. And this one also has coordinating dies, which makes it even better, right? The next one is our Waterfall Canyon. This is in the current, all of these are in the current catalog. So this is also, this has 12 dies, so you'll end up having 24. Hi, Yvonne, how are you? And then the other one is Jar of Love. So this is the 4th one that's in the catalog that is a reversible stamp. So you'll see these 2 images, these 3 images in this one are the only ones that have a reversed image. So you get to double the bang for your buck when you purchase the reversible stamps. So here we go. This is a Countless Trees stamp. Let me get this out of the way. And you know, I think this is one of those stamp sets that's overlooked in the catalog. People are like, well, what am I going to do with this? It doesn't have any sentiments in it, so on and so forth. But you guys, it is a beautiful stamp set. And you'll totally enjoy it. So let's just dive right into the process and let's just get started, okay? All right, let's bring this guy back in. I'm gonna try to get through all 3 cards today. So if I stop talking a little bit, oh, you're welcome. You're welcome, Yvonne. Yes, Yvonne was the winner from what was it? Was it last month? No, not last week's. 2 weeks ago, and she was out of town, so she just finally got her gift set of cards. So I'm so glad you enjoyed them, Yvonne. All right, so this is the stamp set that we're gonna work on all 3. At least I'm gonna try to get all 3 of them done. And so we're gonna start with this one. This will be the second one, and if we have time, we'll work on this 3rd card. Okay. So let's get started. Let's keep this in here. So what I'm seeing, this is Pale Papaya. And then this is the DSP also with Pale Papaya. I don't know if you look at the catalog. Let me see if I can find it. Again, this is another set of papers that people tend to overlook and they don't get them. The designer series papers. Let me see if I can find them. I should have bookmarked the page. I did not. So if you look in the catalog, right, you will see there's a set of in color designer series. These are 6x6. I'm not using this one. And then, so these are also coordinated with the 2021 to 2023. And then you have them also in the regals, the brights, the neutrals, and the subtles. They are one of the most often overlooked designer series papers in the catalog. Everybody tends to go with the other pretty stuff. I do too, but I also make sure that I get these as well. Okay, so don't overlook them. All right, so let's get going on with this. So we got this. So there's a DSP. And it seems like it's very simple. So let's go ahead and let's get started really quickly, okay? All righty. So we have our card base. Let me move this out of the way. We have our card base, and our card base, for all of the cards that we're going to work on tonight, they are standard A2 card bases. And A2, standard A2, it's either going to be in portrait or it's going to be in landscape, okay? 2 of the cards are landscape, and 1 of them is portrait, okay? So this one is, all measurements are all the same, 4 1/4 by 8, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So, and it's just, and they're all scored the same. So this is a 4 1/4. I'm sorry, 5 1/2, 8 1/2, scored at 4 1/4 gives you your card base in all of them. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and burnish our fold. And then we're gonna burnish and set aside. Now, because we're working with photopolymer stamp sets, you guys, let me go ahead and put that on. No, I'm gonna wait. Because we're working with photopolymer, photopolymer stamps don't have that rubber or cushion that's needed. I'm gonna bring in the our foam mat so we can go ahead and have that little foam that we need. I did not cut another piece of pale papaya. Excuse me 1 second, let me go grab. All right. So I put a piece of designer series paper to be 3 3/4 by 5. But I think I need to trim it down just a little bit because it seems to be a little bit big based upon what I'm seeing in the catalog. So I'm going to trim this down just a little bit more. I'm going to trim this down. It's 3 3/4 by 5. So I'm going to trim it to 3 1/4. No, I'm going to go 3 1/2. So if I go down 3 so it needs to be 4 3/4. Okay. So that's what we're going to end up doing. 4 3/4. All right. Let's put this guy away. So here we have, and it looks up to be it seems like it fits a little bit. Oh yeah, that's perfect. So again, this piece is a 3 1/2 by 4 3/4 if you're looking at measurements with me, okay? All right, and so the next thing we're gonna need, let's put this aside. Let's bring this guy right back in here. We're gonna start a little bit of the stamping. All right, taking a look at the catalog, you can see there's little images right here. So we're going to go in and we're going to find, this is a coordinating stamp right here. And what we want to make sure is that the side, it's the side that has the detail. That's the side that we're looking for. This is the smooth side, and the smooth side is the side that's going to give you your outline. And the ridged or the detail side is the opposite side, okay? So let's get this mounted on a block. And we're going to do some tone on tone stamping. And we're just going to quote unquote randomly stamp. I need to bring some paper in because I don't want to mess that up. So I had to stamp off a little bit. So I'm going to just bring some paper in and we're going to randomly stamp this image all around. Okay. Now the thing about random stamping is you either turn the cardstock or you turn your stamp, and I'm turning both. And that's how you get something to be truly random. And make sure that when you're doing this type of creating, that you stamp off of your cardstock just a tad, okay? Gives it a little bit more depth. Yvonne, was this a stamp? Was this a set that you thought about getting at all? I hope I can change your mind if you haven't. And again, just doing this type of stamping just helps to build texture on your card. Just a little bit here. Okay. So we're going to put this away for now. I have this little sticky mat there so that things don't move around when I'm stamping on them. All righty. So we have a piece of designer series paper that is 3 by 6, and we're going to trim this down just a little bit. Now I'm not quite sure exactly how much I'm going to trim it down. And I'm just going to use this to help me gauge how much I'm going to trim it down. Because I might even have to trim this part down a little bit too. All right, so I think this is going to, let's trim this to about 5. Let's take off, it's a 6-inch piece. So let's take off, an 1.5 inches. I'm guessing, you guys, being a demonstrator, Stampin' Up! Gives you some of the, they give you the pretty much the instruction, not the instructions, they tell you some of the products that are used, but they don't give you the dimensions as to what is actually being used in the card. So some of it is you have to kind of make it up as you go. All right, so here we go with this, and I'm going to end up trimming this guy down a little bit, because if you can see in the image, this guy has to come out a little bit further. Okay, so let's trim this down even more. I think I like the, let's trim it down. It's 3.5. Let's trim it down to 3 inches. And then let's take it down to, took it down way too much. Okay, that's all right, guys. That is okay. That is okay. So we're going to make it work with what we have, because we can't trim anything down anymore. Okay, so the next thing we're going to end up doing is we're going to go grab a scrap piece of basic white. And this is where we're going to stamp. Oops, that's an envelope. I don't need that. Okay. I need a scrap piece of basic white, and we are going to stamp our images. Okay. And these are going to be fussy cuts, so it's just stamping and building them, and then we're going to go ahead and with that. So the first thing we need to do is stamp our pot. Let's grab our pot image, and we're going to first stamp using the detail side. Actually, I'm going to stamp with the outline. So in order to stamp the outline, that means you have to put the smooth side, so that the smooth side is what's going to go into the ink pad first. Okay, but I'm going to stamp off. Where's my Calypso Coral? Let's grab our Calypso Coral. Because we're going to try to use the same colors. And you'll see that's the beautiful thing about second generation stamping, is that you can see the different tonality in the cards, okay? So here we go. We're going to stamp this one. We're going to stamp the outline image in Calypso Coral, and this is going to be 2nd generation, okay? So in order to do that, we're going to stamp off and then stamp it right on the card. Okay. And we're going to clean this off. And then we're going to flip it over so that we have the detailed side. And then we're going to stamp the detail side full strength right over the same outline that we just did. There you go. Okay, let's go put this guy away. I find that these days I'm having to put things away as I use them, otherwise they get lost. And then I'm always asking my friends when we're on our little Zooms, hey, does anybody know what this goes with? And I'm like, I never know what it is. And then it's like, oh. All right, so we're gonna start with, I'm gonna use the smaller pieces. Okay. And again, we're gonna do the same thing, except these aren't, these don't really matter. Let's get this mounted. And then let's get the other part mounted. Let's get this mounted as well. Let's put this away. We're going to need some soft sea foam, and we're going to need some crumb cake. I'm sorry, soft succulent and some crumb cake. All right, starting with our crumb cake, we're just going to go in and we don't need to stamp off on this guy. We just need to get him in there. Get him full strength. Okay. Then we're going to go in, if we look at the picture, we're going to go in, stamp off again with soft sea foam with the outline. All right. Go in and we're going to put the other right above it. Go. Then we're going to come back in. We are building a topiary. I knew there was a name for it. I almost forgot what it was called, a topiary. Okay. Now we're going to clean that off, and then we're just going to switch it over, and we're going to go full strength with soft sea foam to create our leaves in the trees. Okay, our topiary is done. So now we're going to just fussy cut this out, and I know fussy cutting takes quite a little bit of time. So give me a minute, and I'm going to go ahead because again, there are no dies. Oops. There are no dies in this set, so everything has to be fussy cut, okay? Now, when I'm fussy cutting, I always try to make sure I trim it down to the smallest possible size that I can do. That way I don't have a lot of excess paper that I'm having to worry about trimming around. Now, again, the trick to fussy cutting, of course, is always using non-dominant hand, or and if it's not your non-dominant, it is the hand that you are not holding your scissors in. That is the hand that you are using to turn and pivot the paper. Yeah. You guys know who the Clark sisters are? I watched a documentary movie. Well, maybe it was a movie. It wasn't a documentary on the Clark sisters last night. I find I watch a lot of those types of movies, biopics, I think they're called. I find I learn a lot about some of the people that I greatly admire. The Clark sisters are, I think they were one of the very first African-American gospel singing groups, all sisters, to really make it big and to transition, I think. Fussy cutting can be so relaxing sometimes, other times, not so much. Lane, have you, Yvonne, have you shared the video today? There we go, almost done with fussy cutting. Make sure you comment that you've shared, that way you can be entered into the drawing to get tonight's cards. Okay, so there we go, that's cut. All righty, so let's see, what else do we have to do? So now let's kind of sort of put things together and see what we got. I'm missing something here. I had an envelope. That's what happens when you pre-cut. I really did try to plan ahead, y'all. See, that's why I have a second, just in case I made a mistake. So what I ended up doing is I used the decorative circle punch, also in the new catalog. And this is punched, I punched this out in vellum. And I'm just going to start to build my card. So let's get this on here. And I liquid glue. I'm going to center this as best as I can on the card face. Okay. Now the thing about vellum is you got to be a little bit careful as to where you're going to place your adhesive. I trim this down. I trimmed it down a little bit too much, so I'm going to do a little bit of offsetting to try to make sure that I achieve somewhat of the same effect. Okay. So after that, we're going to put this guy on some dimensionals. I already have some that's trimmed from previous projects, so we're just going to go ahead and put that on there. I got my COVID booster today. Oh my gosh. And my flu shot all in the same day. Oy, my shoulders sore a little bit. All right, so let's go ahead and we're going to put this on here. And again, because I trimmed it down a little bit too much, I'm going to do a little offsetting to try to make sure that I get a little bit of Here we go, right so. Okay, then I'm gonna add, this is gonna be like that. We're gonna have this like so, and then we'll have our sentiment. So what I'm gonna do is, I can find some glue dots. I'm gonna be very strategic about where I'm placing my glue dot. Okay, because it's gonna be covered a little bit. Looking for my take your pick tool, there it is. And I'm gonna put my glue dots kind of like in the center. Oops. I must have did something with that adhesive somewhere. Okay. And take those off. So guys, if you haven't registered already, don't forget this Saturday at 7 p.m. Central is our inaugural bingo event. The one you're watching, share this video on your Facebook or wherever you share and invite people to watch. Okay. But again, as I was saying, we have our inaugural bingo event. That's this weekend, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And we're going to do 2 make and takes in our bingo class. One of the make and takes is going to feature the Abigail Rose collection. One is going to feature the Peaceful Deer stamp set. And one more. I think I'm gonna have to de-stickify my pointer, my pick part here. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna have this guy go like so. Well, and then we've got to stamp our sentiment, and that's going to be on some crumb cake. Okay. And let's see, I'm so fond of you. And I believe that sentiment comes from the Fond of Autumn bundle. Yeah. We're just going to go ahead and stamp our sentiment. I got to condition my stamp a little bit. Perfect. Bring our little mini trimmer in here. Before I do that, I'm going to try to line this up. Yep, just like so. And then just trim that off. Perfect. And then I'm going to trim the rest of it off as well. Now, just to trim that, like so. trim the rest of it off as well. Now, if you decide that you're going to case the catalog, you guys, you don't have to try to be as exact as I am. I really just enjoy, for me, trying to see if I can actually figure out what they've done, the artist has done in the catalog. But that might not be something that you're so keen on. You might just use it for inspiration. And again, I use it for inspiration as well. But for these videos, I really try to stick as close to as possible to recreating the card the way the designer intended for it to be. Okay, so let's just add some dimensionals on here. And then get ready to mount this card, and then we'll be done. After we add the inside, which is just going to be a piece of basic white on the inside. And then we're going to add our dimensionals as well. All right, first things first. I'm so fond. And I'm going to put this, I'm going to kitty corner this just a little bit. Make it be a little bit me, like so. And then I'm going to go in with just some white pearls. Couldn't find my heart pearls, which what it looks like. So I'm just going to go in with my regular white pearls and add them to the card. I see that there. I see there's one here. And then I see one here, about right here. And then one more about here. Okay. So our card number 1. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. All right, so let's just go ahead and get our inside card panel complete, and then this card will be done. Let's see, what can we use to stamp on the inside so that we don't have a naked envelope? I think I'm just gonna use this guy. Same as we did on that other panel. Okay. Stamp off. Add another one. Stamp off. Go like this. Clean the stamp. Turn it over. And then full strength. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna add a little bit of liquid adhesive. Put this on the inside, and then we will be finished. I don't really put sentiments on the inside of my card. Whoever I'm gifting it to, if that's what I'm doing, they get to choose what they want to put on their card. So I'm just going to be in compliance with Stampin' Up's Angel policy. Okay. And then this little guy right here. Okay. Our card is done. All right, card number 1 is done. So let's go ahead and put that part away. So you can see, I haven't decided yet how I'm going to decorate my envelope. And of course, we try not to have naked envelopes either. So here we go. So here's card number 1. I think we did okay with matching it up to what it looks like in the catalog. Not so bad, huh? All right. So now we're going to work on this one right here, and we're going to get this one started because there's 3 of them. So I'm trying to make sure that we have time to get it all done. So this is going to be in soft sea foam, or I don't know why I keep saying soft sea foam. Soft succulent. I keep saying soft sea foam. All right. Again, our card base is a standard A2 card base. Put that aside for now. And then we're going to need a piece of basic white. One's going to be on the inside, and one's going to be on where we're going to design our card. And this piece is 4 by 5 1/4. And I'm not going to trim it down until I'm finished designing. So let's go ahead and get started with designing. So let's put these away because we won't use these for a little bit. While I'm stamping, I just put them away. When I'm actually, before the end of the night, I'll use the inside of the project, and that's what I'm going to use to make sure that I have everything that I need and that I put everything back where it needs to be. All right. I'm missing something. Hmm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I'm missing a stamp. There's supposed to be 17 in here. I see what I'm missing. I don't even know where it is now. This is what I'm missing. This is what I tell you when I don't put things away. So now I've got to go find that stamp. But we'll make things work tonight, y'all. We will make them work. Because that's what we do. We make things work. All right. Sticking with my crumb cake. I don't need to stamp this off. I just need this to be full strength. I didn't condition it, so I got to make sure that it's correct. All right. So crumb cake. I'm going to go right so. Thank you, Miss Yvonne. I'm so glad that you enjoy my cards. I really do. You keep me company. How was your day today? I know we didn't have stamping today. I'm going to try to build, not even try to, I'm going to build my tree. Since I don't have that longer piece, I'm going to try to build that. All right. And so what I did was I stamped it with the the biggest part of the stamp, and then I'm just gonna switch it around so that, and then overlap a little bit. And that's how I'm gonna get my tree. Because I don't know what I did with that piece. I'm gonna find it. It's on this desk somewhere. It is, it is, it is. All right. And as we can see, oh, I should have stamped off on that one. I needed to go a little bit more. That's okay. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. It's a reversible stamp. Duh. I'm like, where is this other piece? Oops. Stamp off. Stamp off. Let's go. All right. So here we have this guy right here. I am such an idiot. I'm marron. Okay. Then we're going to turn it over. Forgot I was dealing with reversible stamps. Ay, ay, ay. And then I'm going to go right in over top. Put those details on there. I still need to find that though, because it just seems to me like I'm missing. It's supposed to be 17 stamps in the set. I did not count 17. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I'm still missing one. Yes. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna grab this guy right here. And soft sea foam is the color pattern palette that we're working in. Nope, that's the detailed side. So, I mean, you can stamp with the detailed side first. I personally, my preference is to use the, do the outline first and then fill. That's my personal preference in how to use reversible stamps. Stamp off. And these just line perfectly up where they need to be. Okay. You can see in the stamp how the artist created the photopolymer stamp, and you can see how it lines up with the branches that's in the tree. All right, so switch it over, because now we need the detailed side. And we're gonna align this. Now, most reversible stamps that you will find, they will be clear or they will be photopolymer. It's just easier to line them up if you can see through them. So there you go. That's number one. Now we need to do the other tree. Let's put you back because we don't want to lose things, which I seem to have done already. And then we want this one right here. All right, so we can see how we need to line them up. And then, ooh, the stamp off. Just gonna line like so. Then we're going to turn the stamp over and then stamp full strength. To get our detail. Awesome. All right. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go in with our grass. And remember, our grass is it's also reversible. So we're going to go in with our, let's go with a small block. That way we don't run the risk of, yeah, there's another one right there. Gotta make sure I put things back. Okay, so we have our smooth side, and then we're just gonna stamp off and stamp these guys randomly in our image. Okay. You can overlap them if you'd like, or not. Okay. And our stamp. Turn our stamp over. And then we're going to stamp full strength. So we can get our grass. And you don't have to be perfect. Here we go. All right, so this is finished, you guys. This part is completely done. And so we're gonna get to trimming this part. And then the seems to be very closely trimmed. So we're gonna do a close trim here. So now I'm trimming it down to about a 3-inch piece, right? And this is 3 by 5. So we're going to trim this down just a little bit more. Let's take 3/4 of an inch off. So the piece that we're left with is 3 inches by 4.5. Okay. Let's bring this guy back in. And this is going to be in our portrait style. And that's how this is going to be. Burnish this fold one more time. Now, if you know anything about me when I'm creating, I don't like to have a lot of white space like this. This is actually, it's just too stark. So I'm going to go in, find my little blue blending brush. I'm going to go in with some soft sky or balmy blue. I don't know. Let's try a little pool party and see what we get. And then just add a little dimension or texture to our sky so it's not so stark. more color to it. Okay. And that was Pool Party that I did that with. Just a little hint of color. I just didn't want it to be so stark, right? Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna adhere this guy to our card base with our liquid adhesive. Oops. Drop something. I love the Stampin' Up! Grid paper, y'all. I use it religiously just to make sure that I try to line up my pieces and parts as closely as possible. I dropped something. This is not a Stampin' Up! Product, you guys, but this is a perfect and awesome tool to have in your collection. This is a little magnet. So when I drop dies or anything like that, I just kind of pull this out and I just go hunting for it because sometimes they're so small I can't see them. I drop my little pin, as you can see. And so with the aid of my little magnetic tool, I found my pin. I would never be able to find that without that little magnetic tool. Anyway, so here we got this. This part is done. And we need a little bit of ribbon. I'm gonna go in. Now the image, the picture has it looks like the soft seafoam ribbon, or is it Pool Party? I'm not sure, but I'm gonna go in with a little bit of the pale papaya. And the only reason I'm doing that is when I'm creating, especially when it looks like it's a set of cards, I want to be able, something needs to be able to join the sets together. And in this particular instance, I'm going to use color as that item that kind of joins everything together. And so I'm going to go in with a little bit of this open weave pale papaya ribbon. And we're going to stamp our set here, our sentiment, and they use the Cloud Punch. This is also in the new catalog. It's item 157749. And I'm gonna punch this out. Oops. Okay. And the sentiment they have says, "You make my life happier." That is definitely not in the Song of Autumn set. So let me put this guy back. Trying to put things away, y'all, so that when I'm getting ready to do the next card, the mise en place, it's already organized and somewhat ready to go. All right, so let's see. I think it's from the Very Best. Yep, from the Very Best Occasion stamp set. We've used this one before, so we're going to go ahead and stamp that one out. You make my life happier on our guys, don't forget my online host club. I have currently, there are 2 people that signed up for the online host club. Needs a minimum of 6 people for the club to be viable. And that's because it's a 6-month commitment in the club. And what you get with a 6-month commitment, everybody in the club gets to take an opportunity to become the hostess and reap the hostess rewards for their month, their coordinating month. Now, it's a minimum of $35 that's required per month. Minimum purchase of $35 in order to be in the club, and each $35 purchase gets you a hibiscus reward point. And once you collect 12 hibiscus reward points, you're eligible to receive products up to $42 in value as for being a part of the club. Okay, I'll post all of that information in the description box and in the coordinating blog, so that you will have all of that you can reference when you need it. If you join up and sign up for the club, which I hope that you do, all purchases must be made by the 15th of the month. So if you are going to sign up for my online hostess club, you have a little bit of time in which to do so and place your order by the 15th of the month. Okay, so this is where that goes. And then just gonna take this guy like so. So what I need to do is, let me grab a little piece of tear and tape here. I find that tear and tape tends to stick ribbon down, for me anyway, a little bit better than most things. So I'm gonna adhere some tear and tape on the back of this. And then that's how I'm going to use it to align my ribbon and make sure that I have ribbon coming on both sides, that I can see it anyway. Like so. And then once I've done that, then I can go in and I can put my dimensionals on the back. Yvonne, do you know I don't know your dog's name? We talk about your dog regularly, but I don't know your dog's name. What is your dog's name? I know Brian and I know Sassy, but I don't know your dog's name. Okay, so now that we have this, all we're gonna do is we're now going to adhere our sentiment like so. Okay. And then last but not least, we have to do something with the inside of our card. As always. Don't know what I'm gonna do yet. Gimli, okay. Say hi to Gimli for me. My dogs are Maxie and Zoe. My two little princesses. All right, you guys, I think we are an hour in. I think we have time to work on the third card and get that one done. Okay, so here we got card number 2. And I'm probably going to add a little bit bling to this just because I think it needs some bling. The artist does not put any bling on it, but there should be, in my opinion, some bling. So we have card number 1 and card number 2. I'm going to work on card number 3. All right. This one might take the longest time because we have our card base. We have a piece of, this is, this is that, I think it's called snowflake. It's our snowflake vellum, you guys. I don't know if you can see the detail and the texture in this. This is absolutely gorgeous. Okay, and it's embossed on one side. When I say embossed, it just means that you can feel it. It's not debossed, it's embossed. And so you can feel the texture on the top, okay? All right, so we have this. We're gonna end up trimming this a little bit. This is, I just cut a 3-inch piece, and I'm gonna leave it at 3 inches and just trim it to 3 inches by 5.5. So if you get that paper, it needs to be 3 inches by 5.5, okay? Now I'm gonna grab a piece of scrap paper, or when I say scrap, let's go back with this other scrap that we have here, and we're gonna end up stamping out these trees, these products right here, okay? Fortunately, let's see. Let's go with this one. We need 5 of these, and these are going to be in concave. They appear to be stamped off. They don't seem to be full strength. So that's what we're going to do. We need 5 of them because we're going to build 5 trees. There's 1. There's 2. There's 3. There's 4. And there's 5. Okay. Put this away. And then we are going to use the one that looks like a pine cone. Oh, not a pine cone. What's that candy corn? Or it may have pine tree. And we're going to use this one. We're going to put this right here. And we have a pale papaya. And we're going to do them in order of light to dark. That way. Ooh. So we have the pale papaya. Ooh. Okay. It's all about that, you guys. I hope I didn't lose you guys. All right, we didn't lose you too much. Had a little bit of an accident here. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to put this one like so. Oh, no, that's wrong. Okay, we'll stamp another one. That's what happens when you get flustered. Stamp off. Like so. Turn it over. We're going to go full strength here. We're going to have one that's just full strength here. Okay. Then we're going to go with our Calypso coral. Oh, my dogs, my babies are, my Zoe is a long-haired toy Chihuahua. My Maxie is a Dachshund mix, is what she is. So I'm gonna go, ooh. I'm gonna go and start with my Calypso coral. I'm gonna go full strength first because I have my detailed side already there. And then I'm gonna turn it over. Oops. Stamp off. There. Clean that off. I'm going to go in with a soft seafoam. If I can find soft succulent. I do not know why I keep saying soft seafoam. Oh, help me with this. Why do I keep saying soft seafoam? We had a color that was called soft seafoam. We did. Okay. So we're going to go with soft succulent because we have our outline side already on. We're going to stamp off. And then I'm going to turn it over and go full strength with soft seafoam. Okay. I need one more, but I'm going to start fussy cutting these out. And I should have done this ahead of time, you guys, to save us a little bit of time. But I don't think these should take that long to fussy cut because they're pretty small images. And we should be able to fussy cut them in short order, right? So I have a scan and cut, you guys, and recently I have been using my scan and cut to die cut like sentiments that don't have die cut or coordinating dies, but also when I'm trying to, especially with the holidays coming up, I'm also, yes, I do use the die for single items, but I tend to pull out my scan and cut when I have multiples of images that I need to die cut. So like for my class that I am coming up, featuring the mistletoe magic bundle, you know, when I cut the die or the image for the cards that I created, I pulled out my stamp and cut and emboss. But for my classes, because I have to do so many, I pull out that scan and cut, and I have the machine do all the work. I have a, you know, I have to be cognizant of my time. And you know, unfortunately, there's better uses for time than standing over a die cut machine. No offense to anybody that likes to do it and has the time to do it, but I just don't. So besides that, I purchased the scan and cut machine, and I am getting my money's worth out of it. That's number 2. Let's get the third. I'm trying to hurry because I know I'm taking a little bit longer just because I'm trying to get this third card in for you guys. Yeah. You know, they seem simple enough, and I thought we would be able to get them done. So thank you guys for bearing with me. I promise normally I promise not to take more than an hour and a half of your time. So when you join me, I'm cognizant of that fact. Next week, when we do the vintage vase for the holidays, that one might also take a little bit of extra time. So I'm telling you that ahead of time, so that you can plan accordingly with your time when you're joining me again next week. So I'm going to Stampin' Up! On Stage. On Stage Local is an event that Stampin' Up! Has every year. The last 2 years it was done virtually because of COVID. But this is the first year that we're back meeting in person for an onstage event. And what onstage is the opportunity that Stampin' Up! Uses to, excuse me, to acknowledge the achievement of the demonstrators. They get to walk the stage if you've made milestones in the company. Excuse me. But not only that, we get to see at On Stage the new products that are coming out in the January to June mini catalog. We will have, for those of us that attend On Stage, we will have the opportunity to let's do this one in Pool Party because I think that's the color I see. We will have the opportunity to not only see them, but also make some limited purchases from the catalog. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited to be going to On Stage because it's been a while to see some demonstrators that I haven't seen, folks that I've been stamping with online. Oh my gosh, where's this thing? There we go. So I'm going to stamp the full strength. Okay. Yeah. Then all right, so we are almost ready to put this last card together. It's very simple. I'm probably not going to stamp the sentiment with you guys just because you don't need to watch me stamp the sentiment. Oh. I am going to put it together so you can see the card, okay? One more set of fussy cutting that we have to do, and then we will be done with the cutting. Anybody have plans for the weekend? I know it's just Thursday, but hey, the weekend starts tomorrow. I don't know, what am I doing? Well, I know tomorrow I've got to go do the inspections on my car because I got to renew my car registration. It's due, it expires November. So I'm gonna go take some time tomorrow and get that done. All right, so let's see what we have here. Okay. Got our put these out of the way. Get rid of some of this trash. All right. Get our card base folded. I didn't score that time, but I am going to burnish my fold like so. And then, let's see. I'm going to take, and again, ooh, you're going to guess who's coming to dinner on Sunday? What's that? Okay. And I'm going to put this on here just so that I can line everything up. I'm sure I'm over a little bit. Now I got to be careful about what I'm doing with this because this is still vellum, okay? And so I have to be very strategic with where I'm placing my adhesive. But what I want to do is I'm using the grid lines to make sure that I align everything properly. So, and then we'll trim off the excess. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. And I'm gonna use glue dots for this because it's easier to place. And I'm going to use my glue dots strategically, and I'm gonna put them behind what looks like the felt items. You won't be able to see them through it, I hope. See, you can't see the glue dots. Oops, I don't want to put that one there. So I'm going to trim that off. Already put it there. Take that off. Okay. Let's see. It's easier for me to see it this way. Is that like a dinner theater thing, Yvonne? The guess who's coming to dinner? Is that what that is? I think that might be enough. All right, so let's see if that'll be enough. Let me put one more here. Okay. Get everybody lined up and then we'll see, we'll move on from there. And I'm going to bring this right back over here, line it up flush against this score line or grid line, and then use the top grid line and the bottom. This is a 3-inch piece, and make sure it's aligned on that side. That's how we know that it's even. And that's how we're going to cut that, put that down. So I need to, so you can see, at least I can, that I can put the glue dot right here. And I can put one more right here. And I could probably put one right here. And one more right here. Okay, let's just take these guys out now, and then we can let this lay. Boom. All right, that's down. And I'm going to bring my little trimmer back. Just line everything up. All I want to do is trim that off. like so. Okay, so there we go. We have all of that. And now all we're going to do now is we are going to align our trees. So we have, let's go this one, and this one. Going to be over here. And then we're going to have this one, and this one over here. Okay. And so let's get these stuck down, and then I will put the sentiments on. And you guys, if you check back on my blog, oh, okay. Huh, okay. That sounds like a fun evening. All right, so it seems like they're all popped up to me. So let me find my mini dimensionals. I know they're around here somewhere. Oh. All right, we're just gonna go with what we got then. Just gonna do 2 on each. All right. I think they might all be popped up. They seem to be. And then I will go ahead and, like I said, I will do the sentiment. But again, just a reminder for you guys quickly, don't forget to register for bingo. It's our inaugural bingo event. There's 2 rounds of bingo plus the grand prize. I'm giving away, the prizes include stamp sets. They include designer series paper. They include gift sets of cards. So many different things that will be in the giveaway or in the drawing for the winners. Okay, so let's get these done and see what we got going on. So let's find all right, so we got you going here, but you're first. And I got you going here. And again, there's no rhyme or reason for where I'm placing them. It's just where I see things in my mind. I could be wrong, but it is what it is. It's what I see. And when you're casing them, you don't have like specific instructions, and you kind of just go with the flow and what it is that you think you see. That one there. And then we've got this one in a cluster of 3 over here. I'm gonna have this one like so. We're gonna have this one over like so. That, and then this one over. So I hope I've shown you guys some new things in the catalog, and hopefully maybe things that you might have overlooked. Oh, somehow my camera's flipped. I hope you guys haven't been watching this upside down all this time. I'm so sorry. Ooh, and I had a little, oh my goodness, I am so sorry, y'all. All right, so there, and then let me just add a couple of gems. I am reaching for my genial gems. And those are the ones I'm gonna put on right there. I'm gonna put one right here. Like so. And then I'm gonna put one over on this side. Okay, so we have our 3. I don't see any more. Oh, there's a 4th. There's 2 more. So we're gonna put this one down here. And then this one down here. Okay, so that's it, you guys. We have completed our card except for my sentiment. Get this burnished a little bit more. And there we go. So here's our third card. And again, this was this okay. Thank you, Yvonne. You're my lifesaver there. I didn't realize it had flipped when the camera dropped. Anyway, so this is the third card that we made. I just haven't figured out the sentiment that I want to put on it yet, so I'll do that. And let me just bring back in the other two cards that we made and created tonight, featuring the reversible countless trees stamp set. Again, I think this is a stamp set that is probably going to be an overlooked item in the catalog. When I went out and I started looking on YouTube and Pinterest, very few items came back. So it's not one that's very used often, but you can use this for many occasions. You can use it for holidays, just by Christmas, just by changing up the colors that you're using. You can make it a fall card, you can make it a spring card. I mean, you can even make this a summer card because this is palm trees like left and right. So you can bring in like the mango melodies and the what other colors? The Cajun crazes. Those summery colors you can bring in to create these cards. So definitely don't overlook this item in the catalog. I want to share with you one other card that I created with this set. So I can show you what I was talking about in terms of just by changing the colors, how you can achieve a different effect. So this is one that I created as well, and this is more fall for me, just by using the different colors. Okay, so these are the cards that, again, we created these beautiful cards tonight, featuring the Countless Trees bundle. Again, thank you guys for joining me this evening. I hope I shared with you a product. Don't forget to join me next week, and we will be featuring, matter of fact, let me find it in here. We will be featuring the Vintage Christmas stamp set in the mini catalog, also on page 63. Thank you very much, Yvonne. And this bundle, this set, there's a coordinating one that's called Bottled Happiness in the annual catalog. And it goes along with a coordinating punch that's shaped like a bottle. And then you also have these, I don't know what you call these things, but these are jars, acetate type jars that you can use and make little shaker cards. So we'll be working on this card, this project next week. So guys, thank you guys for spending your evening with me. It is an hour and 33 minutes long. Thank you for staying with me. Don't forget to like, share, and invite your friends to join and join us every Friday, every Thursday evening, as we create these awesome cards in the Stampin' Up! Catalog. Thanks again, you guys, and have a happy evening, and God bless.